Hey, Cassie Anderson here. Today is April 1st, 2019. I just finished up my 27th month of topical steroid withdrawal. It is now week 118, which brings me to my 821st day. So I'm super excited. I'm almost to my goal of 1,000 days to better skin. In the meantime, this last month was pretty awesome. Even though I was coming out of the winter months and, my problem areas were still dry and troubling. They were kind of splitting like the Grand Canyon. I feel like I'm doing so much better now. I've been taking salt baths again. The spring weather coming into play has been doing my skin some favors. Let me just show you my skin real quick. Here's an update, and here's that one. So recently our friends had a bonfire to celebrate spring break, and I went and hung out the whole time, was sitting in the smoke, everything, and I was doing really great. So my allergies are not nearly as sensitive. Actually, they just felt non-existent. I was not reacting at all. I felt like a normal human being, talking, chatting, sitting a long time, still going home with, smoke in my hair and clothes, whatever, and not feeling like I had to panic the second I got home. Typically in the past, I would have everybody strip their clothes, put them in the wash, everybody jump in the shower. Like, seriously, like nobody could sit down in our house. I was like that frantic about it because I was just always had the sinus congestion and, goopy eyes, maybe a little bit of wheezing, stuff like that. But I really haven't had that in so long. I don't have to avoid hanging out with friends anymore. That's really awesome. So in the past, I'd only stay 5 minutes. I would just completely try to avoid whatever I could. But again, we were there for probably a couple hours. I did super well. Came home. I wasn't in a panic. I didn't feel like my system was aggravated at all. So I was doing really well. So anyways, that's good news, right? Also, I've been eating really well. And some of you are like, good for you. No, in my past, I was so sensitive to just about anything I put into my body that every single bite, every drink of anything, anytime, I was always very anxious about it because, okay, some people will interpret that, well, if you stress out, then it's going to cause you stress and it's going to aggravate whatever. Okay, you guys, stop right there if you're one of those thinkers, because if you actually have an actual realistic flare happening, tangible, whatever, or not tangible, visible, you feel it, you see it, you cannot hide it, you can't not experience it, regardless of your stress level. That kind of stuff brings your body stress, right? Because it's I'm not stressed, I just want to have lunch, and then it, backfires. Anyways, I'm rambling, but I don't have that anymore, you guys. I want to hear in the comments below if you've been sensitive to food in your past and how far along you are in TSW, or if you're an overcomer and have experienced that your body is that much healthier and stronger and can, digest things. And it wasn't just digestion. It was I could feel it in my skin all the time whenever I ate something, or I'd have this nausea that went along with it. It just was, I wasn't normal. None of us are, right? If you're another TSW warrior. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is I can eat good, wholesome foods. I still try to eat real foods all the time. And not occasionally I might take a bite of something that isn't completely healthy or natural or whatever, and it's not causing me any problems, which I feel is a big, honest, green light to better health right there. Just noticing that I don't have to be so finicky about second guessing myself and if my body can tolerate this or not. We've gone out to restaurants several times this last month, and just, being on spring break and different things. And anyways, I haven't panicked going to a restaurant, which in the past I have. And I would just ask the wait staff every single ingredient, and I would panic and just say, oh no, I'm just going to end up having a reaction anyways because they missed something, I'm pretty sure, because I've really been that sensitive in the past. Anyways, I've been able to tolerate a lot more. My body's that much stronger. I'm just super excited that I'm feeling more like a normal person. Great, huh? The other thing is that this last week for spring break, we were I was cooking and cleaning a lot, taking care of my 91-year-old grandpa. Not that I don't ever cook and clean a lot, like for my own family or whatever, but it was a little bit different because I was staying in my parents' home. And whenever I switch environments, my skin has always let me know that. And it's like, hey, no, you're out of your safe bubble. And, you know, it screams at me. I did not have that this time. This whole entire week, I was, you know, living in somebody else's bubble, and I was doing things outside my norm and using products and ingredients and being exposed to things that my body's not completely familiar with. And before, that was like a huge no-no. Like, if I did that, I would know that I had consequences to pay with my skin later. And I knew that full well going into this week, just trying to help my parents out while they were on a trip so that I could play my part and help them, taking care of my grandpa and stuff. I knew full well that if I needed to let my body flare, that it would have to flare because this is my responsibility, right? I want to do this. But I have not had any adverse reactions. Super exciting. Anyways, I feel like my skin is still doing great. It's not to say I still don't feel my skin on a daily basis, but it's not nearly as agitated as what it's been in the past. And typically I get worse staying somewhere else doing other things. But I feel like I have been stable all week. So I am super duper excited about that one. So yeah, we traveled a lot. So I stayed at my parents' place, but they were in the city, so we kind of went back and forth to different places all week long and traveled a little bit both locally and kind of a couple hours away here and there to do some fun activities with the kids. And my skin just handled everything very nicely. So anyways, that is my report for this month. I will talk to you later. For any other details that you want to fill in the blanks for this last month, you can check out my blog at tswskinwar.wordpress.com. See you next time.